Welcome to today's deep dive into one of the most mysterious and fascinating texts of early Christianity, the Gospel of Mary. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a like if you enjoy the content, and share this video with anyone who loves uncovering ancient secrets. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. All right. Let's jump in. Now, you've probably heard of the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? These are the big names of the Christian Bible, the ones everyone knows. But there's a gospel that's often left out of the conversation, a gospel that turns the whole story on its head. I'm talking about the Gospel of Mary. This ancient text, discovered in the mid-20th century in Egypt as part of the Nag Hammadi Library, gives us a radically different view of early Christianity. And perhaps most interestingly, it shines a light on a woman whose influence is often overshadowed, Mary Magdalene. But before you start imagining her as just the sinful woman that traditional Christian stories often depict, think again. The Gospel of Mary offers a picture of her as a leader, a spiritual guide, and someone who holds intimate knowledge of Jesus' teachings. Now picture this. After Jesus' death, the disciples are lost, unsure of what to do next. Enter Mary Magdalene. In this gospel, Mary isn't just a follower, she's a teacher. She's the one comforting the disciples, offering them the wisdom and teachings that Jesus shared with her. She becomes the voice of clarity when everything else seems unclear. But of course, not everyone is thrilled with Mary's new role. Enter the character of Peter, the leader of the apostles, in the traditional Gospels. He questions Mary, doubting her authority and the legitimacy of her teachings. Imagine the tension. Peter, the rock of the church, challenging Mary's direct connection with Jesus. It's almost as if the very foundation of early Christianity is being shaken. How could Jesus have spoken to you more than to us? Mary, what makes you so special? What I share with you is not my own. It's the wisdom passed on to me, the truth that has been revealed to me. Don't let your doubts blind you to the path. Powerful, right? The Gospel of Mary isn't just about a woman's place in early Christianity. It's about the power of personal spiritual insight. The Gospel teaches that true knowledge, the kind that leads to salvation, isn't about blind faith or obedience. It's about inner transformation. It's about purging the soul of ignorance, anger, and desire, and rising to a higher divine understanding. But the real magic of this text is in its portrayal of knowledge as the key to salvation. This isn't a knowledge that can be found in books or teachings from just any leader. This is a mystical, personal knowledge, what some would call gnosis. And this knowledge, according to the Gospel of Mary, is available to anyone who is willing to seek it with an open heart. At the heart of the Gospel of Mary lies a radical idea that salvation doesn't depend on what you know about the rules or laws of the world. It depends on your inner understanding, your spiritual insight, and your ability to transcend the material world's distractions. And guess what? This path to enlightenment is not limited to a select few. It's available to everyone. And here's where things get really interesting. The text hints at a struggle between Mary's spiritual wisdom and the emerging hierarchical structure of the early church. As Christianity grew, more and more emphasis was placed on institutional power, and women's voices were pushed aside. But the Gospel of Mary offers us a glimpse of an alternative vision, one where wisdom, spirituality, and leadership are not defined by gender, but by the soul's capacity to connect with the divine. In the face of the skepticism and rejection Mary faces from some of the apostles, the message of the Gospel of Mary is still clear. True wisdom comes from within. It challenges us, even today, to think about how we approach spirituality. Are we stuck in rigid dogmas, or are we open to the deeper, mystical teachings that lie beneath the surface? Now I know we've only scratched the surface of the Gospel of Mary. The full text is incomplete. Much of it is missing, leaving us with only fragments. But those fragments are enough to leave us with powerful questions. They challenge the way we think about spiritual authority, the role of women in religion, and the very nature of salvation. So, before we wrap up today's exploration, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. There's much more to come. If you enjoyed learning about the Gospel of Mary, give us a like and share it with your friends. And stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll dive deeper into other hidden Gospels and ancient texts that have shaped our world. Until next time. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep exploring, stay curious, and keep questioning.